Dino Spumoni.
Dino Spumoni!
Before we get into this analysis, let's take a look at Dino Spumoni's signature look. Dino Spumoni had thick black hair, a large nose, and a big, oblong-shaped head. He wore a green sweatshirt with a white collared shirt underneath, brown pants, and black shoes. Dino Spumoni was the local celebrity in Hillwood. He had a long and successful career as a famous singer.
Those little teacups from limos, your wacky paintings on the walls, darling, pow!
He was friends with other celebrities and even the president. But his career wasn't all glitz and glam. Dino once knocked out a photographer and went to jail. In the Hey Arnold universe, Dino Spumoni was popular in the 50s and early 60s. His fame started to decline in the 70s. Ever since then, he struggled to come to grips with reality.
Spumoni tried to stay on the charts by adapting his style to the times.
Waka waka wow wow, waka waka wow.
Dino Spumoni had his first big break while performing at a place called Circle Theater in Hillwood.
Darling, you left my heart in pieces on the floor. So tell me, why shouldn't I break some things of yours?
Coincidentally, this was also the place where Arnold's grandparents had their first date. The historical Circle Theater was almost demolished by Ernie, but thanks to Arnold and his quick thinking, he used Dino Spumoni to save the day.
I want to thank a very special little boy named Arnold, who brought this situation to my attention. You know, folks, the Circle's got a lot of history for me.
This shows how Dino Spumoni really cared about the city he called home. Even though he lived a star-studded life as an international celebrity, the little old Circle Theater still meant something to him. The fact that the crowd still recognized him and cheered him on shows that he still had a loyal fan base. One of those fans was Ernie. In fact, Dino Spumoni was very influential to Ernie's life.
The Circle Theater! You were the reason I decided to go with the Demolitions. That song of yours. Darling, you left my heart in pieces on the floor.
Dino Spumoni was part of a singing duo with a man named Reynolds. But then they split, which unleashed Dino's more resentful and stubborn side.
Get out of my sight, you good-for-nothing backstabber! I got here first.
Yeah? Well, I thought of coming here first.
How do you know that?
Dino thought he could make it on his own and started recording a new song. He soon started to miss his old friend. Don was a talented songwriter, and it took Don leaving Dino for him to realize that. But Dino let his pride get in his way and continued to refuse to talk to his former partner.
Sure, without Don, I'll probably destroy my career and wind up a broken, lonely, penniless shell of a man. But at least I'll have my pride. Partner's a special thing, kid. Don't forget that.
He eventually made amends with Don, but the pair had another falling out.
I always hated him. He's a selfish, low-life ingrate. I hope he's dead.
Dino was no stranger to strained relationships. He was divorced 5 times, didn't seem to have any real friends, and he probably wasn't the best employer, considering this was his butler's response when he got fired.
You're fired!
Whoopee! I'm out of here. Bye-bye, baby.
Dino Spumoni was a popular singer when he was younger, but in Hey Arnold's present day, he was a bit of a
worthless, pathetic has-been. Nobody wants to hear him sing.
ouch. However, that didn't stop Arnold from wanting him to perform at his school's dance. Dino was pessimistic about the idea because he thought his singing days were over. To Arnold's delight, Dino eventually agreed to perform at his school. However, his friends weren't as thrilled.
That old fat guy? I thought he was dead.
To make matters worse, his first performance was a gloomy song about how he was done singing. After the performance, Arnold made Dino realize how even though he felt disappointed about his decline in popularity, he still loved his old music. And that's what brought out the real Dino Spumoni.
Ain't nothing worse than feeling you're no good. Baby, down and out is a lousy neighborhood.
The last time Dino Spumoni made an appearance in Hey Arnold was in the form of his very own 30-minute episode titled Dino Checks Out. In that episode, Dino Spumoni's desperation to see his music become popular again led him to fake his own death.
But why?
Record sales.
I don't get it.
It's simple. My record sales were down. It was like I was a forgotten man. Old, washed up, a has-been. Then it hit me. Most artists don't get really famous till after they're dead. Take that crazy painter, what's his name? Van Gogh. Works all his life, never sells a painting. The day after he croaks, bing, bang, boom. Every schmo in town starts ponying up big dough for his pictures. The poor clown gets rich and famous practically overnight.
His plan was to have Arnold cash his checks so he could reap the benefits of his post-mortem success. But unfortunately for Dino, his plan didn't work out. After everyone thought he died, a professional impersonator took advantage of Dino's legacy. He played shows pretending to be him and gained fame, fortune, and even Dino's ex-wife.
What?
Candy Maldonado Spumoni.
He's an incredible stimulation.
This led Dino to realize, with Arnold's help of course, how he did have an amazing life. Dino then does the right thing and comes clean.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for the disturbance here this evening. The thing is, I'm Dino Spumoni, the real Dino.
Dino Spumoni was loosely based on the American singer Frank Sinatra. The creator of Hey Arnold, Craig Bartlett, called the character a low-rent Sinatra. The voice actor for Dino Spumoni, Rick Corso, is also a comedian who is known for his Frank Sinatra impersonations.
Ship life, funny as it may seem.
And just like Sinatra, Dino Spumoni was also of an Italian-American background.
Cut that out. Let go, you big Italian nut job. Sick of Yuki.
Dino brought a touch of Hollywood to Hillwood. The city otherwise was made up of ordinary characters you'd find in every other city. There was a butcher, an ice cream truck driver, a mailman. The presence of Dino made the city special. Dino Spumoni's swing, jazz-style music brought that cool background jazz element of the show front and center.
Get a load of this. It's brand new.
Ba-ba-ba-dum. Oh, when the dust clears, I'm not the one. Ba-ba-da-dum.
Besides his character, the jazz music of the show was limited to filling lulls and the occasional saxophone or harmonica player. In conclusion, Dino Spumoni was a character who was a passionate and proud musician. He was pessimistic, stubborn, and had some anger issues. Other than his music, he wasn't really shown to have any other interests. His whole character was centered around his celebrity status and his image. At its core, Dino Spumoni's story was one of a lonely, elderly man with no family, no friends, and only the memories of his extravagant past to keep him company. He was so used to being the center of attention that when he became less and less relevant, he desperately tried to hold on to his fame. He eventually found his life so meaningless that he decided to leave it all behind. Through Dino Spumoni, we learned what happens when you get your head stuck in the past without recognizing the value of the present day. Dino spent his whole life either being famous or bitterly trying to recreate the fame that he once had. In the process, he lost friends, lovers, and new life experiences. In the end, Dino realized the value of his life through finding pride in his past accomplishments and all the other amazing parts of his life he took for granted. In essence, Dino Spumoni was an example of what can happen if you forget to be grateful for what you have. Even if you were once a celebrity and all your fame and fortune disappears, there's always a silver lining. You just need to know where to look. So with that, we are now at the end of my Hey Arnold character analysis video of
Dino Spumoni!
What do you think of Dino Spumoni? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at dialupdigest. Until next time, my friends, dialing out.
But I'm still standing. Don't count me out.